we can now move on to dealing with this rust all the way along this side. It's pretty bad. Let's bring you in. So, yeah, absolutely horrible all the way along here. So we'll be cutting all this out, and a piece of floor probably won't be as much as the other side. And the good news so far is this thicker hinge panel piece here seems to be absolutely fine. Probably will do a bit on the inner wing, not on the inner wing, flitch, probably call that the flitch on the other side of there. So we'll do some repairs on the flitch. I mean, it's only going to be a small amount of repairs because the flitch itself there looks alright. Obviously we've got some floor to do, but yeah, no reconstructing of the A post on this side, so that should save us a whole bunch of time compared to the other side. Right, enough talk, let's get on and rip out this, and then we have a replacement. Now, because this is a full piece from Magnum, it's actually going to be fine. Like, I'm putting in the whole length into there. So profile wise, we're not bothered. If you're just doing a piece, maybe if you're doing the top and then round the corner to there, that's fine. But if you wanted to do a whole section through the profile and you try to graft in either this or this, you would have a hell of a time matching on the 3 different levels. Anyway, that's all. Just wanted to say there's fettling involved. Luckily we're doing the whole length. This end will obviously be absolutely fine because it's going right to the end where it just basically hangs off. This end there will be a join, and we'll have to do our best just to match it up. But clearly we're probably going to have some issues blending these two together. And I'm not going to go up as far as that panel is. We'll cut 2-3 inches off the end of that. Way too much waffling. Let's just get this gone. Lots of drilling and cutting then. So we're now at the moment where we might be able to get this off. Ever so slightly attached by a spot weld there, aren't we? 1 second, get it with the cutter. Right then, must be getting close now. Well, I'll get him off in a minute. So that's what we've got in there then. You can see here it's been plated on the inside up to, yeah, up to there. So we've got double skin here. That's going away. But the bottom of that post still looks alright. So what I'll do is we'll use this edge here and this edge to set the height for the new doorstep. Get that welded in nicely all the way along. And then after we've got him there, we'll take this floor inner sill mess away. So yeah, next job, finesse the step to make it fit. Making progress here, but yeah, this is taking a bit too long, isn't it? Maybe I could just throw it in. I'll try again, I think. Trimmed a bit more off here then and had to make that relief cut just so I could turn it up a bit more to make it line up with this curve here, because it wasn't ramped up enough. So just making that cut and spreading it very slightly, we'll be able to weld that up easily enough. And then we trimmed it at this end here So now let's have another go. See if we can get this in. Seems like that was a much better throw then. Looks like got some nice blending going on. Obviously can't be perfect, but a little bit of skimmel filler. Everyone loves a bit of filler. Let's get some etch prime on. Hide the worst of it. And at this end, so yeah, we now have a doorstep. What that will do is that will give us a height for the sills and the floor under there, because the piece I've got has already got the outer sill on it. So we'll just match up the outer sill with this edge and the inner sill with that edge, and we should be roughly in the right place. Next thing to do is everybody's favourite bit, which is cutting out loads more metal. I need to figure out how far over to go. What I'm hoping for, and what maybe you can see here, is this is good metal. Obviously rust there. Now there's a flute just here, so if I can come down just inside that flute, then I think I'll be alright. Also means I'm not interfering with the run for the SRS and rear loom on this MPI. If we have a look under here, so obviously we're rusty here, and this slinger bracket's pretty horrible. This is the flute that we are talking about running down the inside of. So, well, you can obviously see where the oversills finish and where they're rusting out the floor. So we know the floor's bad here. Now, if we come to just this side of the flute, hopefully that'll be all right. We will remove this, we don't need this anymore. Yeah, so I think it's going to be a case of cutting out everything from here to the outside, which is fairly straightforward. Just cut a straight line. We do have to, back here, around about there, cut around the companion bin, make sure we're not interfering with that. And we have to save this panel, this piece, which is the long thin one that goes, excuse me, the long thin one that goes from here to here. We'll be replacing that under there, and maybe put a little piece on the end of this arch. We'll have to check the rest of it, but I don't think it's quite as bad as the other side. In terms of this, on the other side we put in a piece like that all the way along, but actually it's not too bad. Obviously there's a hole there and a hole there, so either we do just that piece there, or maybe we'll just do an insert there and get way ahead of myself. Good news though, we've got a nice new bit of metal doorstep. Thanks for watching this one, guys. On the next one, much more cutting.